Greetings, everyone. Welcome back. In the first part of this, so if you missed it, you can catch it on demand on Twitch or next Tuesday or whatever, last Tuesday, depending on when you're watching this. How weird pre-recorded, eventually time things go. It'll be on YouTube in our series. So these two halves are going to be split up, and you would get the first part that we did earlier. And then you would get what we're going to do now, which is actually take the town, the functions that we kind of put together, and put that into a map.
Yeah, and this particular map that we're doing first will be used. The program that I'm presently using will be wonderdraft. It is a one-time fee. And the person that created this program does regular updates. Porting, sometimes those updates are a bit wonky depending on which version you go with and stuff like that. But overall, it's a really, really good program to use if you want to world map stuff. And if you like the little fiddly bits and get into detail, then you can certainly do that with this program. What I'm presently using, though, I'm not using any of the modded assets and whatnot, which you can find on various websites and the like. I can't remember the exact website, but there is artists out there that has created thousands upon thousands of assets, from anything from wooden fences to shovels and the like. But they have attachments to them about using non-commercial and stuff like that, and we're using it in a commercial aspect. So the vanilla version is all I've got, and I haven't sat down yet to create my own versions of assets, but there's quite a bit of here on what you get for the basic stuff. So officially, I guess we should jump right in, and then after that, Bill's going to take over and do Dungeon Alchemy for a very specific building.
Yeah, so let's look at our town. For starters, we know it is a crossroad town between a river and a road. So I think that's the best place to start with our maps, right?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and create that river.
Deliver us that. Yeah.
So do we want to do like a side river or straight down river, or?
I don't know. I picture straight down river, and then I think and it could have whatever, meander, however you want to do it. But yeah, I'd say from the top down. Of course, if this is your world or whatever, feel free to alter the direction of flow. Even though we're having it go straight down, it could be coming, west to east, east to west, depending on where your mountains are located. Alright, so there's obviously some mountains up, and there's a few little tributaries kind of coming in to make this river a bit of a thing, right?
Yeah, something little, extra. So
cool. All right, so we need a road that goes, I say east to west, west to east, whatever.
West. Okay.
We're gonna basically go perpendicular here and slam through the river.
And for now, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to make it a black road. So, let's see. Roughness. Don't need roughness. And then, are we thinking like it's actual paved road? Or are we thinking it's like a major, like, dirt and gravel road?
I would think that it is maybe just paved through the town.
Okay.
Like, it's not major enough elsewhere, but the town, it takes pride, and they're wealthy enough that they have paved, however, with rocks from the mountains.
So, and the next question is, for this particular map, do we think this part of the road is fairly straight, or does it kind of meander in weird ways?
Let's give it a little bit of meander.
Okay.
Because we are
a little roughness,
factoring in that there's going to be a forest and such around here. So there might be various elements of that forest that they wanted to avoid.
Okay. Okay, so let's see, maybe right about here.
Yeah. I mean, we figure that the town is going to be kind of the central aspect of the map. So we kind of just, wherever we want that town to be predominant on.
Yeah. Make it a little bit more meandery. And we'll increase the size of it.
Sounds good. And you can kind of click on this too if you want and decide where it meanders.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go.
That's good. And then one across the river.
One across the river. We'll start it here.
Yeah.
Just letting it generically do its meandering without fiddling too much with it.
Yeah, that's fine. This would suit. It's just enough meander that they're maybe avoiding a tree or two that they didn't want to have to cut down. But all right,
maybe a large boulder or something. Yeah, something. Okay.
So we need a bridge.
Bridge is next.
I'd say since we're talking about the town probably being paved, let's make that like rock bridge if possible. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, we just meandered just enough. Yeah, holy crap. Look at that.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Better be lucky than good sometimes.
Right. All right, so what are we thinking next?
Well, we have docks and such, right? So, I
absolutely have to read this next comment. Saddle Soldiers PR said Oregon Trail.
Yep.
Okay, so we're thinking docks.
So I'd say some docks, but how we had kind of talked, or at least I talked about, the logging camps are upriver, so to the north, and they float things down to essentially like probably a graded system underneath the bridge that stops the logs from flowing. So any docks would be on the south side of the bridge, and probably some on both sides, like just one or two small dock systems.
Absolutely. Let's see what options they give us. Let's see here. Maybe so it's probably. I don't know if we want to go how big we want to go. They don't give you much options as far as scalability right now. Okay, so we'll go. We're thinking boats and
not too many, because these are more barge setups. So that's probably good. An equal number on both sides sort of thing. And these are places where then they take those logs and they transfer them onto the barges and everything. Cool. So let's look at some of the things that we have now. So we have lumber mills, carpentry shops, an inn for the business people and travelers, pub-style tavern for the locals.
I think we should go ahead and start with our lumber mills, because that's our major industry, right?
Yeah, so I think they'd be slightly to the north side of the road. Yeah, somewhere on either side, whichever one's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Because then they would be chopped. Since the logs come down and they stop at the bridge, then they are going to be chopped up, somewhere up there, and then transferred down to the docks or transferred to the various shopkeepers.
Yeah. Now, for watchers, basically wonderdraft right now basically has isometric assets, which that's what we're laying down right now. like I said once before, you can find top down assets that other people has created and stuff like that. So, or if you're artistic enough and creative enough, you can create your own and add them to wonderdraft. But for now, like I said, I'm using the vanilla version, and we have a perfect lumber mill. Sort of. I mean, as best as we can. So how many are we thinking?
I don't think, like, because we talked about this still being a fairly small town.
Yeah,
I think
so
just a few. Like,
maybe 4.
Yeah, that works.
Fairly close to the bridge.
Yeah, because that's where the logs are going to stop, by the bridge, and then they're going to haul them out and, process them from there.
Yeah. Maybe we get a little bit more, or a little bit fancier. Let's see here. What options do we have? There we go.
And if you're designing a map for your friends, whether you use something this, like, detailed, or you go into that much, or you just draw some boxes and say, okay, these are the lumber mills, or you do like legend off to the side where you put number 1s or lumber mills, number 2s or whatever. It all works. It's all fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, and even if if you get off into in-person games and whatnot, I've seen some really creative ways of showing a town and stuff like that. This one guy on one of the Facebook creative groups, he just bought those Christmas Village ceramic buildings that you get every year and put them out on his table, and then did some extra stuff, and he had a complete village, that his town, his players interacted with, so much so that it was like a first one shot. The players loved it so much that they wanted him to create a campaign out of it and then do more stuff in the actual village. And yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful story. So
yeah, it's super cool.
So now we got our industry. Now we've got our lumber mills. We've got our ports. What's next?
Well, we have on here carpentry shops.
Okay.
And there's probably not as many carpentry shops as there are lumber mills. There's maybe a couple of them, or so maybe one on either side.
Okay.
Gathering
maybe in between.
Yeah, that works. Something like that. And these take that and they turn that into furniture or things like that. Because we also have wagon makers and things like that. Cool. We have wagon makers, so another shop building.
Yeah, okay. So we'll do that one with... I'm thinking maybe... Let's go with that one. Because wagons are pretty big and stuff like that. Now, do we want it directly on the road?
I think they should be, like, right near the main road, because...
Yeah.
Maybe they're both down there, though. Yeah. Because I'm picturing we'll probably have one side of the river that is a little bit more of, like, the main town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, where...
Exactly.
And the other side's going to have some on the periphery. So if the wagon makers are on the east side, maybe our west side is going to have a bit more of, like, the main tavern. Or maybe the east side could have the locals pub if we wanted to split them up like that.
Well, also what I was thinking is, as we're putting this down, what you can do, and what I think what we should do is label all the major areas first, And then with the assets and whatnot, they have options here where I could just plop down random buildings and stuff. And that could be just the residential, the people that live in and around those areas and whatnot. And we just leave them as is. And then once we get through, we can label all the buildings and stuff like that after we put down all the major stuff first. So
yeah, and I don't think that if you're creating a map, you don't have to have like a label for every single building. Like,
no,
you don't have to be like, okay, I've got 542 people that live here. I need to make sure I have like enough
500
houses for all of them.
Yeah.
Some of them could live off map. Some of them could, or you're also, maybe you just don't account for every building.
Well, I mean, I was watching a program the other day that they were talking about 1800s living in cities and stuff like that, and they mentioned like insane apartment livings, like 10 foot by 10 foot building, or 10 foot by 10 foot, living spaces that had 30 people within one area, extended families and just on and on and on. So yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's look back at our map. So we've got the wagons on the east side. Let's maybe look at the west side. So we're going to need probably our inn and tavern is that, and the town hall are going to probably more the central like point of the town, right? Like the things that are going to draw people.
Okay, so our town hall. So where do we want to put our town hall?
I think we need to go on the west.
On the west side. Closest to the bridge, you think? Or
I think right about there, where that little blip in the road is.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a good spot that the town hall would be.
Yeah.
Kind of situated.
Okay. And do you think the church / temple / schoolhouse should be like right next to it?
Yeah, I mean that would make sense. Like this is going to be the hub.
Either maybe across the road even.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah, that looks good. We talked about having a market square. I don't know if there's anything on there, or we just depict it with some, because we can paint with this one. Paint like a green swath, maybe to the left of the church area.
Yeah.
I know they have tents and stuff too, so maybe we can do
yeah, I'll do a whole like little farmers market thing with the tents and stuff, little booths, and we can zoom in too. So
yeah,
we don't have to get like that size. And well, let's see, how far out do we want to go? About right there, or a little bit closer in?
I think it's fairly close to the road because it's a spot. Like I'm thinking. Yeah, like right in that kind of spot, they probably put in like the town green, like the area where people come to congregate and hang out near the temple and the town hall, but then also is secondary used as this little market area. So yeah, I think just squaring that off a little bit and we're perfect.
Trying to get some variety in here, but
that's no big deal.
Okay, cool. There we go.
We can fancy that up later, but for now, that's a good spot. Maybe even big of a spot, honestly, if you compare it to the other buildings.
That is true. It is true, but maybe they have, because we talked about it being also kind of a festival grounds too. So maybe Okay.
So, I don't know. What do you think? Next to like across from that, across the road, would we have the tavern and inn?
I think so. Because that would be a good spot to bring in customers and stuff like that, as well as like a little fountain. Okay, let's see here. What would be a good building for that? I think I'm going to do that one, but shrink that puppy down. Not very many options for that. Okay, so maybe right there, you think? Or...
Yeah, somewhere in there. Right there. It's fine.
Do we want a big inn and tavern, or do we want to kind of about that size inn and tavern?
About that size probably works, because, again, remember, they're not wanting a lot of people here.
That's true.
They want a few people coming in and going for business and for festivals, but they don't want it insane and crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. So there is our inn and tavern. Let's see. So we've got a stable and tack shop, a general store, I think like the blacksmith and the tanner and the leather workers, and those should be on the east side of the river.
Okay, yeah.
Along with our pub one, which is probably like east side, but like next to the water sort of a thing. Like maybe just south of the bridge, we have our little pub building somewhere like right along the water there.
They actually got something for that. There we go.
Shucks.
Do you want it like, what do you think? Right there, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of close to the bridge, but yet.
Yeah, so you get people who are going to walk across to come here, but it's going to service all the people that work over here, plus the barge captains and everything.
Maybe we add another bridge, even. Or not a bridge, but a dock. I mean.
Oh, like one
where it like
comes right up.
Yeah, you get like dockside, you get to come directly, bam, right there at the pub. So
okay, fair enough. We here, the XP Guild, don't condone drinking and boating. Just joking.
Okay, so we got a forge guy. Where do we want a forge guy?
It's got to be somewhere on that side of the river. Yeah.
Or more on the river.
I don't know. Well, figure right along the river is going to be lots of logs.
Yeah, so maybe on the road.
So, yeah, maybe right over there.
Okay, there we go. Do we want, we said one or two? We want to do maybe two? Maybe one. I
don't know. Let's stick with one for now. And I think, again, we didn't want this to be too big of a...
That is true.
A thing. And he's probably predominantly makes nails and horseshoes and stuff like that. So
fasteners and...
Yeah, quick and dirty stuff. You know, easy. Not necessarily the one you're going to go to have your magical sword forged at.
yeah, definitely not.
Okay. All right, we need a general store.
Okay.
Oh, we have a pub. I think that should be on the west side of the river. Yeah. Somewhere over here.
Maybe right there?
That looks like that fits pretty well right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fairly good size, but, you know, I mean, it was probably one of the first buildings built, actually, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay, so what's next?
Let's stick on this side, because I think we should have the stable and tack on the far west side of this town. There's not much left as far as things that I think would necessarily be situated within the town, that like the nice, air quotes, nicer parts of town. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's right over there somewhere along the road coming in.
Okay.
so that works. Oh, we got the temple.
I got you covered. So
Yeah. No, I'm just I'm highlighting the things on our list, so I'm knowing what we counted
absolutely
for here. So we're just down to stuff like the tanner, leatherworker, dyer, furrier, soap, candles. We put down apiary. I don't know if we need like a building specifically for it, or whether we just drop a little shack somewhere.
Well, we can put like crops and stuff like that out in the around and stuff. So tannery and all that other stuff is usually smelly and
I think this is east side.
Okay. Let me see what would be a good building for that. I think I'm gonna go.
And it might even be southeast side, like
southeast side.
Because they want. They usually use the water anyways, right? So they usually dump a lot of that stuff towards the water. So I think it's, past
the docks even, or maybe.
Well, and on the other side of the river too, because remember our west side is the civilized air quote side. So probably down there, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we do. Like
and then probably working our way north or whatever, we'll have we got a few things for our leather worker, our dyer, our fur, all can be kind of generally in that vicinity. Then we have soap and candles as well on these.
Okay, soap and candles. We could put it near the market.
Yeah, I mean, we could maybe on the north sides of the market.
Yeah, go ahead and find a different style building here. Options. We do something with some trees. That far up, you think?
Yeah, probably, because they're not necessarily selling direct. They probably sell some in the market and they sell some at the general store, but they're not as much going to be selling out of the shop. They're the makers, not the salesmen.
Yeah. Well, I also kind of made the buildings a little big too, so maybe they're like kind of a factory thing almost.
Okay. Yeah, and you also figure some of these buildings are also gonna second as their residence. Like there's probably like a first floor where they're working, or living on the first floor, working however they work it out. All right, so basically just now we're down to houses and generic buildings. I think there should be a few buildings that go along with the docks. That would be like the storage or processing, or the places where the people that run those boats operate out of.
Maybe warehouses and stuff, you're thinking?
Yeah, I mean, they don't have to be huge. They can be pretty small, but maybe a varied sizes between something like that's fine. Just generally that's probably pretty good, and then something on the other side of the river that's something similar.
Okay. We can just go ahead and do this little trick here. then maybe reverse it a little bit. And add maybe one more to the mix.
Cool. If we want, we could put some smaller roads in. I don't know if we want to do that or not. Some
Absolutely.
dirt roads, some, maybe using brown or whatever that goes, north, south from the lumber mills down to the bottom on the east side, and one that kind of runs from the general store down past all those, just various roads that would accommodate the comings and goings of those that work and live here.
Oh no.
You chose this broken lines.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we want to do do we want to do a skinny line, or do we want to do something? Okay, I can get it down pretty tight. Maybe
yeah. I think something like that works pretty well.
Okay, and we'll just start over here. We'll come down here.
And then continue on down. It's funny because my mind would have put it on the other side of the buildings.
Oh.
It doesn't matter.
We can have other roads down that side too, so. Okay. There we go.
All right. So now it's just throw in some random houses, put in some crops, so then we can drop some trees and some paint on the ground and get our village.
Our town.
This is the stuff, this is the town that, that's what sustains the way of life here. So from there, we just need a few buildings here and there for, the actual populace.
I think probably a little bit bigger than that.
I'd make them a little bit bigger, and remember, it's not a highly populous area, so we're also gonna keep it fairly sparse, all in all. So great how good this program can make things look just by a few clicks. a couple changes of like the houses from here and there, like which ones you're using and the orientation. It's an easy way to make this.
Yeah. I mean, I've done hand maps.
Yeah.
Throughout the years, and there's always been top down, because doing this style map is really time consuming when you're doing it by yourself or hand drawing it. But these programs that have come out by doing this, is I have spent hours upon hours just creating. Because it's just so
all
much
in
fun.
all, that's fairly good.
So. Let's go ahead and throw maybe some crops down. You think any windmills? You think? And where do we want to put the crops? Maybe further south.
Oh, we can. Yeah.
Because we kind of got the woods maybe up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think more heavily forested to the north, and then we'll have the crops and stuff be more catered down here in the south.
A bit too big. Then I can go in here and
drop more.
Yeah, add in the fillings.
Yep.
Then maybe we have some. Always like to add this particular house. Okay, other than that, I think add some trees up north.
Yeah, I think scatter some trees everywhere. That's not the road itself, and then.
We'll just kind of continue it down here on the map like it's ever.
Yeah.
Maybe one more building. There we go.
Cool.
Okay, trees. I'm a big fan of those. So I think we should do like.
Do you like these non-colored ones?
Yeah, because you can go back in and color them the way you want to. So because they've got like kind of a variety of.
Yeah.
Those don't apparently. Oh, there they go. Now they're changing.
Some of them, they change more when you hold it down, which is the cool thing about this. You just hold that mouse and you just kind of like drag around and create your forest area wherever you want it to be. You can also change the frequency of dropping when you are dragging and drop. Sometimes, like you just saw, they all came in that big crazy loop. Sometimes it gets to be a bit much.
It does for sure.
Anyways, maybe we just zoom out and let's generally wrap up this side of the map. You get the picture. We will finish up the trees and stuff, and we don't need everyone to sit and watch us doing that for the next 45 minutes. But so we got a general map, and as you can see, you can zoom in, and I think what I would probably end up doing if I were going to use this in my game is I would probably have it cropped somewhere like there. So you can see the general layout of the town and stuff, and then you can get hints. Oh, look, there's forest trees up here. There's all these things here. And then I would call it good, put this for the players to look at while they're in there. And you can make notes on them. As a GM, I would always like to have a copy of the map that's for me. So when I on the fly say, "Oh, that house there is Joe Schmo's house," I can make a note on the house area so that when the players go, 6 months later, our time, go, "Oh yeah, we wanted to go over to Joe Schmo's house." You can kind of have an idea of where you told them that is.
Yeah, and also other key features too. Maybe there's something in the woods, like a special oak tree, or maybe down south, one of those farmlands is abandoned farmstead, haunted by the dead people of whatever, so yeah, there's many opportunities and various things you can do with just what you got right there. So
all right, cool. So what sort of building should we be making?
Let's zoom in. So we already know, and that's another thing as far as labels is concerned. We'll go ahead and label one of them just to kind of give y'all an idea of how this program works with labels. We'll crank that puppy down to a reasonable size. Maybe. We know, yep, that's big. But we know this is our inn/tavern. A little blurry. I am sorry for that. Turn that on. There we go. We know that building right there is our inn and tavern.
Yeah.
So maybe we do a typical inn and tavern. So for our.
So I was either thinking we could do the inn and tavern, or because we have some of those, and we'll have some of those
That's
available
true.
on our tavern thing. What about we do the stables?
Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah, our tack shop / stables. Yeah, I like that idea. So this is where, for those that don't know, tack / stables is located. So yeah, so we're ready to transition.
Yeah, whenever you are.
Okay, so now Bill was going to be taking over. I did the overall map of the city, or town, not city, town of. So far, we're calling it the hub. But if y'all have any requests in chat, please drop it down. If y'all feel that y'all wish to call it something different than that. But for now, we're calling it the hub, and it is our crossroads. So overall map in wonderdraft. Now we're going to zoom in even further into more detail for our tack / stables, and Bill's going to take it over with Dungeon Alchemy.
Dungeon Alchemist is
Alchemist. Sorry,
the program. You can pick it up. It's okay. You can pick it up on Steam. I want to say it's a one-time charge of like $40. I got on a Kickstarter, so I don't recall the current market value of it, but it is worth every dime. Wonderdraft makers also make a dungeon draft, which you can also make buildings. It's very cool.
Yes.
This one is very quick and easy to do. So it's this simple. So I'm using the castle options and the stable options within the castles. So we may have to do some altering. How big of stables do we want? This is 9x11, 9x12. Like,
I think they should be big. Honestly,
okay.
Not so much wide, but long. So you figure a horse is maybe
10x20. That would be
10x20
times
might be
5. So that's 100. So it's 50 by 100 feet.
Yeah.
Does that work?
I think so.
So this is how Dungeon Alchemist works. You draw a little square, and then you click a check mark. Then it's going to populate in. So here's the stables. Now, this is designed for a castle. So you can change coloration of the walls and stuff, since we are a town and in particular wood-based. Let's go ahead and do a log interior, a couple clicks. Of course, we'll have to change the window looks and all that stuff, but that is not too tough to do. We can do wood, and we'll click on cabin wood, and we'll just, for now, I would probably go into very lengthy adjustments of this in order to not make these a different color wood. But for the purposes of this particular video, we're going to do a few clicks. I'm going to move this door to the side because we figure we're going to be, and is that, okay, that's cool. It's a double door made out of wood. And the floor here, do we want the floor to be actual like stone? Do we want it to be wood, or do we want it like to be earth, or like farmland, so it would be hay on the ground? Or you know what, let's do this. Let's say we're gonna make the stalls over here, so that's gonna be hayed in, and maybe the rest is just this
wood or dirt.
Wood, or I put dirt down.
Maybe, yeah. Because it is a logging town, but yeah, maybe dirt might be easier to.
I mean, it's a stable, so it would be easier to maintain and not having to do too much. All right. Let's see. We can do place walls. There's wood walls, but I thought there's half walls. Oh, fences. Let's put some fencing in this place. So I'm thinking maybe this one. Oh no, that's a wall fence. I don't want that.
No,
Let's
definitely
do
not.
this.
So what we're not showing you, watchers, is all of the little details and whatnot.
Yeah, there's a lot of
that Bill gets to choose from.
Here we go, half.
So.
Yeah, so I think I don't normally go into these like rooms here, but might be able to create little mini rooms. Yeah, let's do that. 4x2. Let's actually, how big do we want these little stalls? 4x2 like that, I think is probably good.
Yeah.
And we'll just kind of recreate these all the way along the walls. Gonna have to relocate some of these items and redo the flooring, but toss these down. Let's see.
Got me curious now.
About
stable stall size.
Place walls. So let's see. Half walls here is probably what we want, but they are all seem to be. Do fencing. So for now, I'm gonna go through, quickly change all these to fencing. Then I think I can change certain ones into, and a paint. Oh,
interesting.
Gotta be careful of the angles at which you allow your little things to happen here. That's all right. We can fix all that. This is fencing. Want this one. All right. See, now I'm getting, and just move all this stuff. I don't know if I would put a burning torch like that in the middle of my stable, but
Yeah, it might.
what else? Oh, is that a water trough? Maybe it looks like.
Sure, it might be better to have a lantern instead. So. You might want to move it over a bit to the right.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't looking at the screen up there.
It's all right.
Wheelbarrow. Don't need that many of those. Oh. Is there a gate? We don't gotta get too crazy on it all, I suppose. There are fence gates,
there we
though.
go. Absolutely. I mean, there should be totally a fence around it since we have one on the map on the outside.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll have to get there. So I think we got gates though that open up to the various horse pens.
Oh yeah, that was way better than the previous ones.
The doors. And maybe we leave this middle part because maybe that's a spot to walk in and out to check on the horses. Gotta fix that floor one more time. So we got this hay.
I mean, we could even have a door on that where that entrance. Maybe that's the entrance to stable area.
Oh yeah, we could have another one of these doors that go
right there.
Out that way. This one goes into the courtyard, and then I like that dome. And I like these water troughs better than the other ones.
Absolutely. You can definitely tell what they actually are compared to the other one. Those look more like sitting benches.
They could be too. I didn't zoom in close enough. Dungeon Alchemy will pre-generate the assets for your various rooms, so you can then alter them from there. So it's a matter of figuring out what it is, and I think that there's probably still dirt there.
Yeah.
All right. All in all, there is a quick and dirty inside of a stable. So now let's look at adding to that. Let's do a stable box, which is like the exterior parts of it. Oh no! You just threw them there.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's all stuff we can fix, because what I'd want to do is we want the walls, and I want this fencing on this outside, and then we can go in and we're going to paint in that we want this to still be
our main walls.
So now we're going to get rid of all these pillars. And I don't think we leave the scythe just lying around.
No, that would be bad.
Scooch it over so people can see. What are these? These look like saddle things, right? Yeah, these are probably more inside.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't want them outside getting ruined with the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. But all in all, that looks pretty darn good for the yard. Do we want anything else? Do we want any other little buildings?
Yeah, on the map, I've got a little outside building off close to the fence line.
Okay.
So maybe up in that corner right there where the hay is at, and those two, I can't tell what they are, on the other fence, on the northern side. Not
up
there,
here?
but yeah. Like,
Let's see what this turns into. This is the coach house.
oh, interesting.
All right, so there we got a wagon house there. Does that work? I mean, obviously got to change the colors, but do you want a coach house?
We could. We did mention that you can, rent out or possibly buy a wagon here. So
Yeah. So there we go. We do need to fix the doors because there's no way anything's getting in and out of that door.
Definitely not.
Let's see. Let's do maybe over here. There's a sturdy door. We need to have this other door on the back side that we gotta pull this outside or it's not gonna turn around. So we got a door that kind of leads in over here. We've got the coach itself stashed in here. Once again, let's drop some, let's just make this the stamped earth.
And dirt.
All right, we also said there's a tack house, so somewhere maybe we got to have a little shop or something added on here somehow.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe it's added to the actual coach house itself.
Okay.
What's the cabin?
Yeah, I think that's the way to go here. So let's add on a cabin.
Oh, that's nice.
And that part's nice. Let's just alter some of it, of course. Let's see, because this is going to be a
actual shop itself.
Shop, I think, more than a place of residence.
Yeah, and maybe the residence is upstairs. That covers the entire...
Could be. There is a ladder here in the stable, so that could be where those that live and work there. So let's get rid of that too.
Oh, yeah.
So what we need...
It could all be connected, which would be kind of neat. Or if you're like working in the stables itself, then you could go from the residence area of the tack shop into the stables and upper floor. And
yeah. All right. So let's see. Let's use these doors. They're sturdy, decent, not crazy. Okay. And I like that. There's like a little, let's see, we got a window here. There's like a little tack board up there.
Yeah.
So what we're going to need here, since it is a shop, right, we're going to need a few things. Zoom back out, get a better top down on it. Sorry for anyone I might be making motion sick. So furniture, and they have a counter section, so you can choose the style of counter, and I think we're just going to do like a pretty, maybe it's, say, we got a counter that kind of runs
that's pretty
down
neat.
Along those lines, you know?
Yeah, that way you don't have access necessarily to the wagon area, but...
Yeah, they can bring you around if they want to, but this is kind of where they stand. So we also had earlier these wonderful little saddle sections, so we can just take them, drop these bad boys in. There's like this, I don't know what this is. It's like a weird shelf that I don't understand.
Yeah, just floating there.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. Let's see, carts. They got carts and stuff. All sorts of fun, like from generic to more steampunky. I don't know if they have a lot of actual see.
Oh, maybe look at the camping area.
Let me look at it. Here, animals. Okay, so we've got fishing.
Add some animal cages for sure, as we mentioned.
Yeah, so maybe there's a bird cage.
Something
Maybe
bigger. Yeah.
Dog-sized cage, or 2, or 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bear trap. No. Okay, that's cool. We got those. There's probably plenty of other things we could find if we spent all day on it.
So look under the tent section.
Maybe the tent section.
Yeah, scroll up. Now you're in the same area. It was like right there.
Oh, camping. Okay.
Yeah, camping.
Let's see.
So there's something in there that we could use for that to designate like furs, or even the backpack would work.
Okay, well, we definitely have some rope. Ropes would be an option that you could buy in a place like this. Mm-hmm. There's like a bone up here, and that's not really what we're going for. But we could maybe stick a rope on the shelf. Tent poles. Not a lot of stuff in there, but that's okay. Yeah. Oh, here's a horse collar.
There we go. Oh, and I can just hang those around.
Let's put one. Let's drop one on the back walls here. All right, something like that. And let's just drop a couple more saddles. You can get as crazy as you want for now, because this is just supposed to be a quick demonstration sort of thing. There's that external part. So now we're going to decide that, we need some pathways for people to get there. So we can paint that in. Oh, areas. All right, and then I don't know. It's probably not super classy here in general.
Doesn't have anything growing in between.
And then, so we'll make this even bigger and cool. Let's go back to here, to nature, and let's see where we want. There's probably a tree somewhere out here.
Yeah, there's got to be at least one.
Let's do nice, like maple tree. Or 2. Something to give the horses some fresh air. It's like an oak tree out here by the pathway. Let's go with plants, and there's just like maybe a bush outside. Make it a small one. So yeah, and there we go. I think unless there's something else we really want.
I think you should show the 3, like you're walking into the place.
Yeah.
View.
really quick, let me find. I think we need a gate that, like, how do I get? Where are you? Why are you not popping up? That's so weird. Gate. Oh, there we go. I guess it didn't select right. Maybe the gate leads out here, and another one that can exit here from the stables. There you go.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Now, let's look at the place. So what we got here, we got our entrance to the place down here. In fact, let's
click on something different.
do this. We got you enter through here, and then you can walk through this crazy little barbarian, just kind of hopping through. We've got our stalls with the horses, and I think there's actually
I was wondering if the
animals somewhere.
Somewhere, that would be neat.
Oh, it's insects.
They found a house.
I know there's some somewhere. I found them at one point, and then
did you? That's awesome.
Don't use it that often. Let's see, no, it doesn't work yet. I thought there was. Maybe not. It's okay. We'll figure that out some other time. But so now we've got our stalls all through here that people can go to. There's a little ladder that goes up to the second floor. There's also options. Let's say we want to make those into stairs because we are making this into, let's get rid of this, more of a tried and true thing. We'll make these stairs that go up. That was one. Stairs that go up. We've got some hay barrels. We've got a couple of saddles, boxes. We got our door that exits here, and we'll go out into the yard. We have our pathways that lead into this stable house. We have a ladder over here, so maybe we want like a simple set of stairs that go up.
Yeah.
In that one, or like it's kind of more or put them like so they go into the house itself.
Yeah. Yeah,
that work?
Good. Yeah.
Cool. And then we got our yard where horses would be kept, oxen could be kept, whatever is kept here, and then they can be let out through the various gates. You can go into the little stable house, the little tack shop to buy whatever tack you want, need, feed, all that stuff probably could be found here. So I guess you could probably put like, a hay barrel, but like the smaller versions of them in here for feeding your personal things. There's like a chair over here that really they don't want people to sit around. So there we go. Yeah, I think all in all, quick and dirty little stable house for you. And then you can, of course, build multiple floors. They don't work on stacking up yet. I know it's something they said they want to work on, but it's easy enough to measure out the size of this and then design the same thing on a second floor level.
Yeah.
So we've gone a long time for the second half, so I think that's probably a good point. Call it.
So thank you once again, watchers, for tuning in, and definitely look forward for more of these coming up because we like doing them. And we would love for your input as far as when we're building such things. So whether it be in the immediate now live or when we put them on YouTube, definitely comment and add a little something to it, and we will read them and decide from there if we like it or if it fits, and we'll add it next time, to this town called the Hub, which we'll continue working on. Or at least
I think we're going to be working on many things within generic settings.
Absolutely.
Let's pick things that you guys want to see and would use in your world settings, and then we want to be able to utilize those in these sorts of videos to make these as useful for everyone as possible. And so we'll be doing some more maps, we'll be doing some more world building, and then all of these, we want them to be the most value possible for all of you amazing viewers. So comment, let us know if you like this, let us know what things you would like to see us work on in the future, whether it's specific buildings or more generically world setting things. We've got a long list of stuff from that World Building 101 that we still need to delve into. Things like factions, things like guilds, all these different, micro level stuff that we haven't really taken the time on. So we will.
Not only we will finish it up, but we'll finalize all this stuff for you, and we'll have it on our Patreon. So if you're like, well, I don't feel like doing all this creation, but these guys have already done it for me, just go to our Patreon page. $1 to $3 is what we've got going on right now, and you can download all this juicy information that we are giving to you here on live on Twitch, and later in YouTube. So
So thank you everyone for joining us here. You want to catch us live, it's every other Tuesday, but even if you come on every Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, extrapolate it out for everybody else in the world, you'll find us doing something, because we either have a game on Tuesdays or we're doing a Tuesday Talks. And catch us every Tuesday on YouTube with our Tuesday Talks episodes put up for everyone's enjoyment. And we appreciate you all being around here for this, and we'll catch you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.